Don't. Mute. Oh gosh. Had the TV going. We don't need that. Welcome into the Fantasy Football Forge. Sunday. Main slate. Start sit. Show. I don't know if anybody's in here yet, but we're ready to go. I think. Let's make sure the volume working like it was this morning. Looks good there. A wonderful poll question for everybody. I am open to suggestions for a different poll question, by the way. Chips Ahoy taking the early lead. All right. Let's go. Never know what people are. We got Dogs coming in second. I figured Dogs was my strong favorite here. I think Circle is my odds-on loser. Sub CC, thanks for popping in. And, Blue, I think that's the most popular color, so I think there's a chance Blue could get a vote here. But some strong competition there. You got Chips Ahoy, nice, sweet, delicious. Cheap, but still somewhat delicious. And Dogs, man's best friend. I should have probably kept that Cats to make this a little tougher. Maybe change Chips Ahoy to, what is a... Grandma... Famous Amos, there we go. Maybe done that. Alright, we've got... I hear my phone a-buzzing. We've got injury reports coming on in. Let's see what we've got here. Heads up, Justin Fields possible to play this coming up Thursday night, according to GM Ryan Poles. Saints inactives. No Jimmy Graham. Keith Kirkwood. Kendre Miller. Oh. Brett Ripien will start. Alright, so that's official. Stafford out. What's going on with Mostert? Well, I mean, they're losing. Kansas City's good defense. They haven't really tried running a whole lot. They haven't been on the field a whole lot. It's probably not going to change in the second half. I think it's going to be a pretty bad game for Mostert. They just got to get near the goal line and he can get a touchdown and salvage a terrible day. Or, could always break a run. You never know, but probably not likely. Unless it's from 25 yards out or something. Browns right tackle Juwan Jones is active. That's a help. That's a help for that offensive line. Gosh darn it. Stop. Alright, Washington inactives. Curtis Samuel, we know that one out. That's about it there. Michael Wilson inactive. Alright, that's official. Anthony, did you vote Dogs or you voted Dogs, didn't you? CC voted Chips Ahoy. Is that how we did it? There's no way you voted Chips Ahoy. Sean Tucker inactive. Bucks. Alright, Saints. So Kendre Miller is active. And I believe I kept him in there. There we go. All good in Bearsville. Rudy Ford and Quay Walker out for Packers defense. That doesn't help things. Spari Torre out. Davian Pierce out. Robert Woods out. Nothing new there. Ravens Seahawks. Nothing new. Patriots. Devonta Parker out. We knew that. All good there. So what does that mean? I didn't see the Rams. Puka Nacua playing. Falcons. Drake London out. We knew that. I could probably put that up on the... That is it there. Oh, God. Get an extra hour of sleep and I'm tired. bu- 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 Yeah, yeah. Vikings. Christian Darrisaw is inactive. Yeah. Jaren Hall is going to have to come over a pretty banged up offense in his first start. Are they finally moving? Is it because of Tyreek or is it because of Mostert? What happened? What? For some reason my TV changed to Fox from the game. Come on, stupid thing. Why would you do that? Alright, get NFL Network back up there. Looks like Tyreek holding. Tripping. I assume that was a penalty on that drive there? Neither? Great. Great. I mean, I'll just take, I don't want a negative head coach and a bad game from Mostert. I at least thought my head coach would get me some points in this thing. There's Mostert, yeah. Alright. Matt Stafford. What is this? What the heck is this 247? This is impossible to read. So apparently the Rams have not announced their inactives yet. That's not right. Is that a touchdown? I'll take it. Everybody's favorite target, Cedric Wilson. Getting in there. Little push up. Little push up. Thank you, Charles. What's up, man? Yeah, I saw that for Brett Ripien, which is why I know that their inactives have been announced. And yet I can't find the full list. Alright, in addition to Stafford and Ernest Jones, Rams, Robin Havenstein is inactive. Zach Thomas, Miles Gaston, Ernest Brown. So it would seem Puka Nacua is going to be playing then. Here we go. Officially active, Puka. Alright. And then I guess we will not know about Josh Downs, DJ Shark, because those must be afternoon games. Assume? Yep. Yep. Oh, jeez. Can't stop yawning. A little tea in the system. Alright, Dogs now are winning 2-1 against Chips Ahoy. Do not have Stafford. Alright. for any news updates. There was something that came across here. Rashad Penny likely to be active against the Cowboys, but that's because, at least mostly because Scott is out. That was that. Then over here. Oh, there's a report. Here we go. Raiders team meeting broke Josh McDaniels as players and coaches ripped into him per a report. A rumor. So, yikes. Pretty bad when your own coaches are also ripping into you. Especially since you probably had a part of selecting those coaches to your staff. Ugh, the yawns, baby. Anthony Halverson, you have any start sit questions? I'm sure you do. You must. You probably need some advice. And I think I would be really good to give you good advice this week. All right, Dolphins are kicking off back to Kansas City. 4:47 to go in the third quarter here. I actually would give you the legit advice if you asked me a question. I mean, I don't know why you would, but it would either be so ridiculous, like the text that I sent you to sit Tyreek Hill, that it's obvious that I'm joking, or I'd give you the right answer. The right answer, hopefully. Not hopefully. Hopefully it'd be the wrong answer, but I would give you the answer I think is right. All right. So we got all of our inactives in. No surprises. 2nd and 4, first down. Something happened. I missed it. Just watch the game while it's not too busy in here. 6-yard gain on first down. 2nd down. Got a little bit of motion from, looks like MVS going across. He gets the ball. It's probably not MVS then. And that's going to be a gain of about 13 yards for Hardman, of course. 1st and 10. Just under 4 minutes left to go in the second half. 21-7. Kansas City moving the ball. Approaching half field. About the 44-yard line of their own side of the field. Oh, 43. Not a good mark there. 5 wide. Mahomes is looking. Finally gets that MVS on a short 3-yard gain. Yeah, looks to be that was MVS. So that should bring up that'd be 2nd and 7-ish. 2nd and 10. Okay, he got back to line of scrimmage on that. No forward progress there. 2nd and 10 from their own 43-yard line. Quick pass, gets tipped, and falls down barely harmlessly. A couple Dolphins dive on it, thinking it's a live ball. It's not. 3rd and 10 from their own 43. 2 minutes, 46 seconds left. Leading the game by 14 points. 21-7 for Kansas City with the ball right now. It got tipped up. Is that Jalen Phillips or number 2 of the Miami Dolphins? I don't have my glasses on, so I can't even read the backs of jerseys, probably. Alright, looks like a classic two-man rush coming from the Dolphins on... They send 4. There we go. You know, pocket kind of collapses, but it is Patrick Mahomes. But there are flags everywhere, mostly all in the backfield. If there's no flag at the end of the play here, that was a lot of holding probably going on. And there is a scuffle along the sideline. And Patrick Mahomes will not be happy about how that play ended. He will be complaining, I'm sure. He's not. What a surprise. He must already know he has a flag or something. Smiling, so... Should be offsetting penalties if nothing else here, though. Talking to Miami. Yeah, it was kind of a little bit of a late hit there by Van Ginkel. Barely, but late nonetheless. Anthony Halverson, should I play Puka against you instead of Tyler Lockett? I have no hope for Tyler Lockett, but I don't want to play both Rams wide receivers in this game. .237 to go. What happened there? 3rd and 20. So, how do we go? I guess, false start? 3rd and 20? Must have been a false start on Kansas City. The tough matchup for him to have his breakout game. He already had his breakout game earlier this year. 2 touchdowns. I don't know that he has enough juice left in his tank for like a 30-point game. I mean, maybe it's in there, but especially with how that offense has been playing, really conservative, running the ball a lot. I don't really see it coming. I was pretty high on him preseason too. I was, I think, wrong on him. All right. 3rd and 20, one guy in the backfield. So we're in the 11 formation here. Got tight end out there. 2 tight ends, 21. And Patrick Mahomes gets sacked, loses it, fumble. Miami's going to get the ball at their own 25-yard line. What a change of events there. That's going to make this game interesting down the stretch here, probably. And that's the kind of thing where you like Raheem Mostert, Tyreek Hill, like, you know, right after the turnover, could be one play here, and it'll be 21-14. Momentum shift. Yeah, the only way I would have gone Puka against you, Anthony, if Mostert had like a 30-point game, Tyreek Hill has like, you know, a 6-point game, something like what he's having right now. And then, of course, I would assume in that case, Miami's head coach would have been decent as well. Then I might have gone for that floor shot with the two of them, because I kind of think Puka might outscore Cooper Kupp, but I can't play him like that. All right, 1st and 10 from their own 20. Wow, they're not giving these teams the favorable markings here. So from their own 28, or the opponent's 28-yard line, Kansas City's. And Mostert gets it, goes up about 4 yards there. Maybe 3 with how they've been marking things. There is a flag on the play. Is that going to be holding? Every time Mostert gets a run of more than 2 yards, there is holding, and it was holding. So Miami's going to get backed up there to 1st and 20 from their own 30, from Kansas City's 38-yard line. 2 minutes, 7 seconds left on the clock. Been a long minute. Clock goes back to ticking at least. We have got a steady shot of... Well, why did his name just... Kansas City's head coach for a long time there. Tua can't find anybody. Scrambles out and just takes the 1-yard loss. Forced coverage sack kind of deal there. slides down. So I think that will count as a sack because it was a loss of 1. But they're marking it as 2nd and 20, so maybe he was close enough that it's a loss of 0. I still think that's a sack though at that point. 2nd and 20 from their own 38. Kansas City's 38. Keep saying their own. That's not right. 37. 37 yard line. Oh, sails it just a little bit over Tyreek Hill's head. That was a pretty decent throw. There are guys in the area. Tyreek might have short-armed it a tiny bit too. Just, no, he should have caught it. Should have been a first down there for Tyreek Hill and for the Dolphins. Would have been about a 22-yard game probably at least. 3rd and 20. Oh, you want to capitalize on this if you're Miami. See, I feel like you're probably in 4-down territory, so I don't know why you're taking all these deep shots. I feel you should be fine to get like 12 yards on here, not feel like you have to get it all. They're going to call a timeout, probably with that in mind as the clock was running down. 2 timeouts left for the Dolphins. 1 down. What's up, Jim Coop in PPR? Henry or Schultz at tight end, and Houston defense or Dallas defense. All right. Hunter Henry or I go Dalton Schultz. I don't love it, but that is how I have him ranked. Full PPRs. Probably not going to change anything there. If I could say for sure that Hunter Henry would get more targets because of the injury to their wide receiver, Kendrick Bourne, maybe I could be a little bit higher on Hunter Henry. But Dalton Schultz, and just hope it's one of his good games. It would be the same thing if you start Hunter Henry. So if you have a strong feeling either way, go for it. And then Houston defense or Dallas defense? I want to say Houston to be safe. Dallas for, kind of like how it worked with Kansas City today. Who are they playing against? Philly. I think you got to go Houston there. Play it safe a little bit instead of I don't know. Houston if you want 6 points, Dallas if you want 2 or 15. You know what I mean? It's just kind of the safe play with Houston, and it's the risky play with Dallas. But there's more upside with Dallas for sure. So if you're looking for that ceiling, I'd go Dallas. I would not drop Dallas's defense in order to hold Houston's defense, and I'd rather not hold 2 defenses personally. So most likely, if it were my team, I would just play Dallas and roll with it and hope for the best. And keep some kind of stash instead of Houston's defense on my roster. Hope that works out for you, Jim. Good luck this week. We've got Dogs still winning 2-1 against Chips Ahoy. Blue and Circle. It's not exciting options. Aren't getting any votes. All right, so just the dump down pass for, 8 yards there from Tua. There is a flag on the play. Let's see what happens here. Let's see, a couple of Miami players pointing towards Kansas City, and I saw one disappointed Miami player, like have been called on him. Let's see what we got here. Is that going to be an automatic first down? Yeah, unnecessary roughness. Wow, on the defense. So that's going to be an automatic first down. from, well, I'm not sure. We'll see. Either like the 22. Oh, yeah, you can't really do that. The play was over. That was a boneheaded play there from Kansas City. Thought it was. It was Jones too. First and 10. Okay, they did get the yardage on the play, so first and 10 from their 8-yard line, 9-yard line, 9-yard line. That can't be right. I was wrong, but Mostert takes it on through some traffic for the touchdown. Was that 16 yards there or something? Terrible spotting by me on that. 13. All right. So they were at the 13-yard line. Jay Chetta, 15. What's up? Thanks for coming on through. Bills defense, or would you stream a defense like the Vikings, Raiders, Chargers? Vikings, Raiders, Chargers. I don't think I would. I don't think I would stream a defense. I think I would just go with the Bills. But let me just double check here. Going against the Bengals, you know, I wish there was a quarterback who would turn the ball over a little bit more than typical. So I don't love that for the Bills. If you're desperate for a win, Vikings probably not, right? Where are you? The Chargers, I would not. I don't really understand the allure for the Chargers against the Jets. I know they're ranked really well, but I don't understand it. Raiders defense against New York. I really don't love that. Not that it's terrible, but I don't see the upside in it really. Who the heck are the Vikings playing? I should know it off the top of my head. I can't think about it. How are they not listed here? It's ridiculous. Atlanta. I think I would rather have the other side of the ball. Taylor Heineke, yeah, is no different than. I would stick with the Bills defense and hope for the best there. You know, you might lose out on a point or two compared to Vikings, Raiders. But I think the odds of them getting an interception, a strip sack, whatever, are as good as any of those other teams. That's really what you want from your defense. So that's my answer, Jay Chetta. I would not really bother with it. And just roll with your defense and hope for the best. If you gave me Atlanta or something, I would say, like, sure, if you're desperate for a win, go right ahead, take Atlanta's defense. I don't know. Minnesota would be my pick out of the three, if I had to. They're going to blitz a lot. Taylor Heineke does throw some bad balls. Anthony Halverson, did you see that, by the way? Raheem Mostert did something. All right, so I don't know. Did somebody get what happened? End of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter. Pacheco had a 4-yard gain right before the break, which meant it's going to be the 25-yard line when we get back to the fourth quarter, 2nd and 6. Do a little news update, see if anything pops up here. Probably not. Usually pretty quiet along the front during these games, when the international games are being played. Oh, nothing new that I haven't reported on, it appears. Yeah. Oh, let's see. This needs to be sorted by new. Double check it. Yep. Nothing new. Alright, I think we're back from break. My TV frozen? What's going on? It's got a picture of a faceless McDonald's fan or employee on the screen. I feel like my TV's frozen. Yeah, because Patrick Mahomes' pass short right to Mecole Hardman for 7 yards occurred. What is going on? It's a problem connecting to the internet. But don't die on me, internet. Alright, we're still here. Oh, what the heck? Why do you need the internet for cable? Isn't the whole point of cable that it goes through the cable? Alright, so 1st and 10 from Kansas City 32. Isaiah Pacheco gets 5-yard gain. And on 2nd and 5, Pacheco runs for 7 yards. Gonna bring the ball up, alright, getting close, 45-ish yard line, 44-yard line. On 1st and 10 from 44, incomplete throw to Isaiah Pacheco. Bring up 2nd and 10 from Kansas City's own 44-yard line. 13 minutes left in the game, 7-point game. Kansas City in the lead. 21-14. Cable, this is not the kind of day I need you to fart out. What are you doing to me? Can't do anything? Oh my god. Ridiculous. Alright, so on 2nd and 10, hand off to Lamichael Pirine. Bring it up 1 yard to Kansas City's 45-yard line. 3rd and 9 from there. Fortunately, I don't have a visual anymore. 13 minutes left. Probably, yeah, clock's ticking though. By the way, Travis Kelce has, I think, 2 receptions for 7 yards so far in the game. 3 targets. Miami doing a really good job on him today. Kansas City does not convert on 3rd and 9, went deep to MVS. Not what I would have recommended they do. The completion percentage to MVS is so low deep. But yeah, that's going to be it. I doubt that they're going to be going for it here on 4th and 9. Unless they try to pull out the sneak punt play. But I think with how your defense has played all day, there's no reason to do that. But here we are, 4th and 9. And they do punt it. Miami's going to start at their own 11-yard line. 1st and 10 with 12 minutes, 7 seconds left in the game. So right now, down by 7. Big drive coming up for them. I think what you want to do here is you want to score relatively quickly. About 4 minutes, 5 minutes would be primo. You hope if Kansas City scores, it's quickly, and that'll give you plenty of time to respond then for your final drive. But we'll see. Maybe they'll take their time. Alright, so we got the TV. Okay, no sound TV. Everything has reset on the TV, including the fact that it was muted. Yeah, we got the game back. It's on commercial right now. Looks like the Christmas commercials have begun. That did not take long. I know I saw Walmart putting up Christmas decorations about 2 weeks before Halloween. Just ridiculous. Christmas does not need to be over 1/6 of the entire year. And celebrate it for a month. It's good enough. 2 months, ridiculous. 2.5 months, really ridiculous. That should have been my poll question. When to put up your tree? After Halloween, before Halloween, after Thanksgiving, on Christmas Eve. Alright, so the German folks sang a song during the third quarter stretch. In between quarters here. And here we go. 1st and 10. Miami's got split backs. And it looks like Tariq goes in motion to the opposite side of where I believe Mostert receives the handoff. Goes up for about 4 yards. Going to get 5 yards on that. Going to be 2nd and 5 from the 16-yard line for Mostert. So it looks like they are going to take a measured attack here, starting off with the run. I expect they might plan on trying to run the ball down the throats on this drive. All right, we've got 2 set back in the I form. Goes off to Mostert again with some good blocking in front of him. Stumbles, he might have had more, but he ends up getting 8 yards on that. Going to bring it up to the 24-yard line, I want to say. Yes. Mostert, 2 rushes in a row. Had he not tripped through the hole, there's a chance that he goes for at least another 5-6 yards. All right, we're in the single back, twin tight ends. off to the sides in motion and gets pitched over to that side for Mostert, and Mostert fumbles it. And I think a Dolphins player literally dove on that to save his butt. Would have been was a gain of about 1 maybe prior to the fumble. Mostert, a lucky duck. Probably gonna get. I don't know. I don't know if they'll sit him. They've kind of just had to deal with his fumbles throughout the year. All right, so we're gonna split back again here. Looks like Mostert's still in there with Ingold. Ingold, is that their fullback back there as well? Mostert fakes to Mostert. To what a catch! Is that Smythe? Or is that was Ingold, I think. It's not a big gain. 4 yards maybe, but the halfback went up and absolutely got that ball in between a couple of defenders. Yeah, Alec Ingold. For 1 yard. So that fumble gave them about 2 yards, I believe. So it's going to be 3rd and 5, 3 yards. The fumble gave him a 3-yard gain. And yeah, Alec Ingold going up, making sure that the ball doesn't get picked or anything like that. One hell of a catch. We're at commercials right now. 9:50 to play in the game. And just under 50 minutes left before the main slate of games will begin. Looks like most people came in this morning for their start-sit questions. Usually there'll be a little push right at the end, especially if this game gets done in time. Rob Jones is the injured player on the field right now for Miami. Offensive lineman. So they just keep going through their offensive linemen. They did get Teron Armstead back today, which was definitely good for them. All right. I think we're going to be coming back from commercial here. From Victory Lane Chevrolet's commercial. To the game. All day coverage. Not really, not showing the field right now. Kind of a different camera angle. They've been a little bit different all day. Putting some weight on the leg, but walking off quite gingerly with the help of 2 of his physical medical staff guys. Yeah, I'm not feeling too great. All right, so single back off to the side of 3 wide, and it looks like Waddle was in at the tight end slot and put in motion, and then he caught the ball, went behind the line of scrimmage, but got back to where he caught the ball. It gave up the first down for a little bit there. I don't think he would have gotten forward progression if he had gotten tackled. But that is a 7-yard gain on 3rd and 5, so that is a first down. Yeah, they legit had Tyreek Hill in the tight end spot. Before he went into motion, of course. All right, we got another tight formation once again. Looks like Cedric Wilson going in motion, and a quick pass out to the Waddle, I believe, the lone man. Wide receiver, big wide receiver off to the side. Who was it? Yeah, Waddle for 12 yards, first down. Impossible. Who would I start? Two wide receiver, one flex. Okay, so I gotta pick three here. Two of them have to be wide receivers. Godwin, Nico. It's probably gonna be Nico, Higgins, Brian Robinson, Tank Dell, Lockett, Henderson. Okay, so first of all, let's just get rid of one of those running backs. B-Rob or Henderson. I'm going to go Henderson by a slight bit there due to the matchup. So B-Rob's off of the list. So Henderson will be the only remaining possible flex non-wide receiver. Out of the wide receivers, I know I'm going to have Nico ranked the best out of the other four. And then I want to say Higgins probably, but let's see. I think I have Tank Dell. Yeah, ranked lower than Higgins. Lockett I know is out of there. Godwin's not going to quite be up that high. So I would go Nico, T, and then do I want Henderson or Godwin is the question. I think I would probably take the floor of Henderson in a really good matchup. Not that Godwin's in a bad matchup against Houston. Let's see, Henderson, are you in full PPR? Impossible. You in full PPR? If so, I think you go Godwin as your flex over Henderson, probably. Half PPR? So I think I would take the slightly safer floor in Henderson. I think he has a darn near guaranteed like 7-point day. Good chance of a lot more. Let me look at my rankings real quick. Give me a second. Let's just see what they have to say between the two of them. You're welcome. I hope that works. And like I said, if you got a second, stick around. I'm just going to double look at my projections ranges for these two. So Chris Godwin, like 9 to 11 points. Not a whole lot of a ceiling is what kind of thought there. And Henderson's probably going to have a higher ceiling. He's probably going to project pretty well. 7 to 12 and a half. Just close. You know, I would say the projections are probably saying Chris Godwin. I would say, I think I would go Henderson there by a touch. You go either route if you have a preference, but that was my final take. Nico, Higgins, Henderson, you're welcome. Thank you for coming on through. Appreciate it. And things are happening. We're under 5 minutes in this game, so yeah. Miami's been taking their time. 2nd and 16, sack for negative. That can't be good. Is it going to be 3rd and 27? Is that right? Third and 26 for the Dolphins with only 4.5 minutes left on the clock. This is not great for them, I believe. Probably in 4-down territory. They go for it all. Is that caught? I think that's caught along the sideline. There is a flag, and it looks like that might be going against Miami. Maybe holding. Almost certainly holding. Yeah. I think we're going to get holding there on Chris Jones from the offensive line. It does not look like that ball was caught, so I think the penalty was declined. Never saw a ref go on the field or anything. So it's 4th and 26. So without sound, I can't say exactly what just went down. Did they pull? I don't know if they pulled the flag. They didn't end up calling it or what. But it was not caught anyway, so 4th and 26, punt it. And Kansas City gets it at the 2-yard line, so they're going to be backed up to their own 8-yard, 9, 10, depending on when the whistle was blown there. You're going to get it at the 10-yard line. You're going to get the best spot possible. And that's where the Chiefs will take the lead, take over with the lead with 4 minutes, 22 seconds. It appears the Dolphins have all 3 timeouts left, so that's big for them. Coming up on 40 minutes left before the big game. And Dogs take a commanding lead over Chips Ahoy, 75 to 25%. Blue and Circle just not exciting enough to compete. All right, 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line, Kansas City. Once again with the lead. Miami does have all their timeouts. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to this game. So about 4 or 5 first downs would probably do it. Depending on exactly how they get those first downs, of course. I'm going to go ahead and say that Brad Jones, or whatever his name is, offensive lineman for Miami, is not coming back in. He's getting carted to the locker room. Still walking very gingerly on that injury. All right, split 3 wide, 1 to the other side. Throws it to the trips formation. About a gain of 7, maybe, there for Travis Kelce. Doubling his receiving yardage on the day. 3 catches for 14 yards for Kelce. Second and 4, clock ticking. 3 minutes. You're gonna be able to bring this down below the 3 minutes and 30-second mark before calling hut, if they wish. They do. All the way down to 3:25, and it's a running play, and it looks like it's going to be a yard short. So, I think Miami, you don't want to take a timeout here, unfortunately, because if they convert it, you're going to be starting to get in a real crunch. So, big stop coming up here for Miami. We're going to be about 2 minutes, 41 seconds left in the game when the next hut gets called here. Obvious, it got twins to each side. Travis Kelce goes in motion over to the left, so it's trips to the left of Mahomes. Fake run play, try to get him caught off guard, and Miami sniffed it out, gets thrown away. It's going to be 4th and 1, and that's such bad field position. There's no way that Kansas City can legitimately go for this. So with all 3 timeouts, no, 2 timeouts, my app is wrong on Miami. I thought they took one. They are going to get the ball back unless something crazy happens here on 4th down. 4th and 1 from their own something. Miami did a wonderful job of not selling out on the run there, catching it, not getting caught off guard. Once again, Kansas City just gets a little too tricky. They're lucky they have all the skill that they have. All right, punts it away. Miami's calling the fair catch about the 25-yard line. Maybe the 24, depending on how the ref feels about it. I'm going to give it to him at 25. So, Miami from their own 25, taking over. 2 minutes, 28 seconds left. 2 timeouts. And this would be to tie the game. Would they go for 2? Let me know in the comments if you think they would. If not, then just buzz off. I don't need to hear from you. Do a little fantasy football news update. Make sure nothing's coming through the pipelines here that would change our opinions on any players. Doesn't look like we're going to commercial. We're fast running this. All right. Miami back up. I don't see anything news-wise. Hands it off to Mostert, who gets, wow. I can't even count the yards. I think he gets, did he get up to the 50-yard line there? I'm going to guess, is that 25? It was 25 yards. He did get up to the 50-yard line. I was like, that's more than 15, because that was my other guess. So yeah, Mostert just moves, sifts through some traffic there for a huge first down gain. I believe he went out. Yeah, he did not go out of bounds, so the clock kept ticking. 2-minute warning. That works out well for Miami with that big gain. Don't want to give Kansas City too much time left on the clock if you do score. And Kansas City does have all 3 of their timeouts, according to the CBS app. Before firing Josh McDaniels, the Raiders had a team meeting where players directed their frustrations at McDaniels and unloaded him. McDaniels had Antonio Pierce speak on his behalf, and Pierce brought up the Giants' 07 team that beat the undefeated Patriots, explaining how the team believed they could beat anyone. Pierce said the Raiders need that mindset. McDaniels told Pierce when everyone left, "Don't ever talk about the Patriots like that." Wow. Weird. Very weird from McDaniels. No wonder nobody likes that guy. Little tidbits from Raidersville just keep coming out this week. Not even like he talked bad about the Patriots. He just was talking about the team that beat him. Alright, no other news though. Nothing pertinent. Still at commercials here for the 2-minute warning. As a reminder, Dolphins have the ball at the 50-yard line. 2 timeouts left. 7-point deficit. Would they go for 2 if they score to end the game then and there? It's an interesting concept. All right, they hand it off to Mostert yet again, who's going to break loose yet again. Tries his best to stay in bounds. I think he does. That was another big gain. 10, not like 17 yards, 19-yard gain there. Brings it all the way up to the 31-yard line. And I believe the clock should keep ticking. Yeah, it looks like he gets down in bounds. Just barely. Like, slams his own body down as he's getting tackled to make sure he gets down. Smart move there. Clock is ticking. Kansas City not taking a timeout. We're going to go down below 1:20 as Miami's obviously going to let the clock run a little bit here. No rush for them. Tyreek Hill goes in motion. Just the safety valve over, and he's going to end up getting risky throw. That was not Tyreek Hill. Does not get caught. Kansas City makes good play on that ball, though. Almost gets there in time to make an interception. Yeah, not caught. Not caught by, I don't know if that's Cedric Wilson or who. That would have been Mostert, who had gone in motion. I could have used that reception. All right, Salvin Ahmed in the backfield. I believe he's number 28. So Mostert taking a breather. Goes to the left of... Interesting. Is that legal? On 2nd and 10, nothing. Going to bring up 3rd and 10. 1:07 left to go. Obvious 4-down territory now for Miami. Big play. You can see the Miami fans are stressed in attendance. All right, we got 2 wide to the right, 1 wide receiver to the left. Split back. Tight end goes in motion. Lofts it up. Oh, I think it got tipped. Otherwise, that was a touchdown. He had a man wide open there. I want to say Cedric Wilson absolutely beat his man. That's going to bring up 4th down. That's rough. Here's the game. 4th and 10. Same formation. 2 wide receivers to the right. Looks like maybe looks like Kansas City probably called the timeout here before play. Or Miami. Miami calls the timeout there before they call. Hutt gets a little sneak peek at what Kansas City was doing on defense. And we'll see if we don't get a timeout from Kansas City here after Miami makes their adjustment. And the players a lot of time to think about this one. All right. Miami's in the huddle. Got Cedric Wilson in. Hill. Your usual crew. I don't know, some small guy. Looks like Mostert might be in the backfield on this play. Oh my gosh. Tua can't get a hold of the... It's a fumble. It jumps on top of it. You can't get a hold of the snap. That's the game. Ouch. Kansas City will take over on downs after a fumble sack for a loss there from Tunga Vailoa on 4th down. How lame of an ending is that? Just hits right off of his hands. Didn't appear to be too bad of a snap. A little bit wide. Patrick Mahomes, very happy. So, yep, they can just kneel it out here. Miami has the ability to take one timeout if they wish. It looks like they will just allow Kansas City to kneel it out here without even bothering. Respect. McDaniel's a little bit shocked, stunned on the sideline there, disappointed. Not how you like to see a game end when you're coming back so close. Such a good first half compared to the second half compared to the first half. And that is the final kneel down. That's the game. Kansas City will win 21-14 against Miami. Yeah, I think you're happy if you're Miami with your defensive performance. And it was a tough Kansas City team. Tough Kansas City defense to beat. All right, so that brings us 24 minutes up before the main slate of games. Ugh. And I will be here, ready to answer any start-sit questions. How does my fantasy game now look after my opponent and I both had players in that game? I don't think Tyreek Hill did much in the second half. He did not take it. Doubled up on my opponent. Yep. Anytime Raheem Mostert outscores Tyreek Hill, we'll call that a victory. That's for sure. I think I got too much sleep last night. All right. It's really becoming a landslide here for Dogs over Blues, Circle, and Chips Ahoy. Chips Ahoy came in strong to start out, but it's been all Dogs since then. 80% to 20% in favor of Dogs to Chips Ahoy. And still, Blue and Circle just not catching the imaginations of the voters. So it looks like that Tua throw that I thought was tipped to Cedric Wilson wide open for the game tying score was not tipped. It looks like it was just underthrown. Like he thought Wilson was just going to do a little comeback and he was just kind of floating it into the air. Let's see here. Let's see if anybody in the comments has. It was a miscommunication. Yeah. So it was not tipped. It was just a miscommunication, obviously. Snyder, what's up, Snyder? Hope you're doing well. Hope you won last week. Akers, Ingram, or Roschon? That's pretty, huh? Must feel great about that. I want to say it's going to be Ingram here. How do I have him ranked? Do I have... I don't have Roschon ahead of Ingram, do I? Where the heck is Keontae? Did I wipe him off of this list? Hold up. Not found. Okay. So... 1 minute. Let me get up my other rankings. So I do have Cam Akers 1 spot ahead of Keontae Ingram. I don't know if I agree with that anymore. You're going to get a better ceiling with Keontae Ingram. And Roschon's going to, I'm sure, be behind. No. I got Roschon the highest. I got Roschon Johnson there. How do you feel about that, Snyder? I got Keontae Ingram in here. I do think I would do Keontae over. I don't know. I'm still thinking about Keontae over Johnson here. Like, he's gonna get. I was a little concerned that he wouldn't be the guy, but he's got to be the guy. I think. I feel like I would put Keontae up here. Head of AJ Dillon. Snyder. What did Roschon, what kind of usage did he have last week? I need a reminder on that. Got about a third of the carries. I can't. Roschon? I do. Yeah, not too high up on Addison this week. I think both teams are going to be trying to run the ball a lot to start with, but it's Jaren Hall. Snyder, I think it's Roschon for me. So, like, right there. So where... I'll go. How do you... I don't know if I spelled that right. I think so. Yeah. That's how I have it projected. I'm going to stick with the projections on that by a nose. I'm going Roschon. Going Roschon for you, Snyder, and I hope that that works out. I'm not too excited about any of them, but that'd be the case. And yes, Dell over Addison. I'm pretty optimistic about the Houston-Tampa Bay game. Tampa Bay's pass defense not too good. Anyways, over the season, Tank Dell was pretty good. Early portion of the season before he got injured, and then bye week, and then last week their game plan was just to run all game, so there wasn't a whole lot of passing to be done. And they never changed their game plan, even though they could not run the ball. And Addison's, yeah, you know, he's got Jaron Hall throwing to him. Just don't expect much from that. So I respect the talent of Addison, and that is why I do have him ranked as high as I do. Excuse me. And there's, look behind him. It's not very pretty at the wide receiver position pretty quickly at this point in the week. But I'm optimistic about that game. I think there's a decent chance that both of those teams could be scoring, high 20s to low 30s against each other. A combined score over 60, I think is very possible for that game. Like, I would set the over-under at like 57.5 of my expectations for combined point totals. We got 14 minutes up to a kickoff for the main slate of games in what shall be, I think, an interesting week. I don't know which matchups are going to end up being good or bad. There's a couple of really good matchups. We got one of them already this morning, which was probably different than expectations were for most people as far as the score goes, but was pretty good nonetheless. Okay, so Chips Ahoy is trying to make a late push here. I believe Snyder came in, sniping Chips Ahoy. So we're back to a 67% for Dogs, 33% for Chips Ahoy, closing in a little bit. It's a rough week. McCaffrey is out, and I'm against the undefeated guy in Waddle. Waddle did really bad. Okay, so if you need a ceiling between Akers, Ingram, and Johnson, I think Ingram's probably going to get the most opportunities to, potentially get you a big game out of nowhere and shock and awe. I want to see this difference here. Running back average points allowed. Are you in full PPR, Snyder? Yeah, Cleveland's the slightly better matchup for full PPR too. So over New Orleans. If you're looking for the ceiling shot, I think Keontae Ingram's your best chance. He, could be in line to get a lot of work. He also has a rookie quarterback going there. Don't expect him to really take advantage of it, but he could. He's going to have an opportunity to, probably. They might also use some of their other running backs. Might just be like a three-headed horse or something there. Not even a horse, a three-headed donkey. Nipping at the heels of Cleveland. But I think that's your best upside shot is probably Ingram. If you just need a miracle. So that's my final answer for you. Give it a little bit of context about the need. Oh my gosh, I've been yawning so much today. I mean, don't I have them like, they're kind of close, my rankings, right? Kind of. Well, yeah, I mean, he's been doing good because, and this is obviously still the case, Justin Jefferson went out, and he had Kirk Cousins at quarterback. A little bit of a difference. Quarterback situation. So who would you trust to throw to your wide receiver? Because honestly, Tank Dell, Jordan Addison, when they were both on complete rosters, were probably doing about the same kind of work for you. And who are you going to trust? The rookie quarterback, C.J. Stroud, who's impressed so far as a young man, or Jaron Hall, who got taken in the 5th round compared to the 1st rounder? This is how I look at it for the most part. And the matchup is, I believe, a little bit better. I don't know about a whole lot better. Probably pretty similar. So that's my take on it, Snyder. But, you know, do what your gut tells you to do. Tricks coming in here with a question. Puka, MT, Michael Thomas, Michael Gallup. I go Puka as long as you don't have Cooper Kupp going. I wouldn't really want two Los Angeles Rams players going, essentially. But if you don't have two going, I do think that there's a decent chance that Puka could be the guy that gets trusted. Injury, less confident about that. I did move him down in my rankings because of the injury, though. So I probably could have put Amari Cooper ahead of him. But, yeah, I mean, Michael Gallup could be the guy to come out with the big day, but I feel like they've been finding Brandon Cooks as of late there in Dallas. And Michael Thomas, for the most part, doesn't offer a whole lot of a ceiling. A pretty decent floor. Not a bad matchup, right? Pretty good matchup, too, against the Bears. So that's the allure of Michael Thomas and Michael Gallup this week. And then Puka has been great, and you're concerned about it. But he does not have, he's got Brett Rypien throwing to him, so there's some experience there at least. He's a veteran. That's the route I would go. Secondary pick, I would go Michael Thomas, I believe. Is that how I have it ranked? Yeah. So I don't have Michael Thomas ranked too poorly. Pretty high on him, actually. I think they're wide receiver 28. You're welcome. I hope, whichever route you go, I hope it works out for you. Personally, I hope you do not go Puka, and Puka sucks, because I'm going to have Puka on my bench, because I have Cooper Kupp going. I can't play them both. I know I just screwed this up, right? Yeah. That's centered again. There we go. Good luck, Tricks. Let's see. Now, the voting has gone back in favor of Dogs at 71-29 against Chips Ahoy. Do I consider Thomas that Michael Thomas? I think you could. Full PPR, which works in favor for both Thomas and Hawkinson. You could. I'm curious as to what the... Well, okay, first of all, let me look at my expected ranges on these guys, see what the projections say, but the difference is. Zach Moss, Darrell Henderson, PPR. I think I'm just going Zach Moss. I don't even... If I don't have it ranked that way, let me know, because I'm trying to look something up quick for Snyder. Chaka, but thanks for coming on through. I think it could be a huge day for both of those running backs in Indianapolis, Zach Moss included, and there's a chance that maybe it's just one of them that goes off, but somebody's going off. It's a great matchup. Reasons to be concerned for Darrell Henderson. Oh, Logan Thomas over Hawkinson. I mean, yeah, you can consider it. I considered it too, rankings-wise, but at the end of the day, I'll stick with how I have them ranked. And full PPR is not really going to change that, because that's receptions from the rookie Jaren Hall to him is really what I'm banking on for him as far as how I have him ranked. Not a touchdown or anything like that. Just hoping that he gets 12 targets, catches 7 of them from Jaren Hall, and gets some decent yardage along with it. Thomas is, somewhere around there are similar expectations, but it's just tough to... It's tough to play Thomas over Hawkinson. If you could do it, I wouldn't hate it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't hate it, but there's also fewer options for the ball to be thrown to in that Minnesota offense, whereas Washington's going to spread the ball around, even with Samuel out. So, I can't tell you to do it, but I have them pretty closely ranked, and I can't say I didn't think about trying to get Hawkinson lowered. Okay, I have them back to back. I didn't even realize that. So, believe me, I wanted to get Hawkinson a little bit lower there. You heard it here first, Chaka. Zach Moss is going up against Snyder, so he's having a big game. You never know. You never know, Snyder. Luck can go any which way. Sometimes it works in your favor. We've got 4 minutes up until kickoff here. We got really a runaway win for the Dogs. I think we can just call the race here. There's no way. There is no way Chips Ahoy is going to get 4 votes in the last 4 minutes of this thing. Unless YouTube just decided to send my stream through the atmosphere. Did we end it? There we go. Ended it. Did I end it twice? How did that work? I didn't know what to do for a poll, so I just chose random things. So you got like favorite color, favorite shape, favorite animal, favorite food I was thinking of doing, but then that's an animal. What did I end up going with? Yeah, so then I had to choose a non-animal food in order to kind of so I just chose 4 different items. 4 different, random things. I like doing that every now and then, especially if I don't have an idea of what I want to put in the poll. Or a good idea, at least. Just like see what people pick. Where do the minds take them? It was a little, there was no chance that Circle was going to win, that's for sure. I had a little hope for the favorite color of blue, maybe, for people. Like, they choose that. I should have probably chose green, because that's like money. That might have had a better chance of getting a vote. Just like to let people imagine whatever they want, and fill it in and make their decision. 4 unrelated items. All right. Pink. Think pink could have won? I have probably a dominantly... I do have, I feel like a fair share of female attendees on the channel compared to what you might expect from my overall following number in fantasy football. So maybe... Yo, easy question. DJ Moore over Olave PPR? If it's so easy, then why are you asking, Edward? Yeah, I would go Olave over DJ Moore. I hope that's the answer you wanted. 'Cause that's what I would do. What were you thinking? Oh no, Snyder's got DJ Moore for sure. Have you seen what DJ Moore has done? Let me just tell you, since Badgent has been in at quarterback. Do we have time for this? I'm rushing. NFC Bears schedule. Okay. 3 weeks ago, Vikings box score. I got 1 minute. It's not good. 5 for 51. That's his best game there. Raiders. DJ Moore. 8 for 54. Okay, that wasn't his best. 8 for 54. Chargers last week. Really good matchup. 4 for 55. Why do these not sound right to me? Do you have a fumble somewhere in there or something? I thought his ending totals were less than that. Waddle and Moore bust this week. I have DJ Moore on my team, so it's a bust. Well, so you know how he's done the last 3 weeks then. Yeah, and Olave's been kind of a bust all season long to some extent. As you can see in my rankings, though, I have Chris Olave very high, and I have DJ Moore very low. So, I'm kind of on the opposite ends of, for both of them, where I'm thinking about them, which pushed them to 2 different extremes in my rankings. So for me, it was easy. I'd go Olave over Moore. Plus, New Orleans is really, really good against perimeter receivers. And Moore does not go in the slot ever. All right, that brings us right up to game time here. It's been a pleasure, as always, seeing all of your beautiful faces on in here. I can't see your faces. I can't see your faces. You know what I means. All right, just looking for last second possible news here. Nothing coming out. So, wish you all the best of luck this week. Games are starting. Let's go. I'm gonna get some lunch. I think I got some sloppy Joe ready to go. So I'm excited about that. Let me save this. Let's end the stream. Let's end the stream before I start doing other stuff. All right, peace out, everybody. Thank you very much for coming on through, and good luck this weekend. Bye bye.